Ozark Prep Setters and Century 21 Lemac here. Y'all, I just showed an amazing piece of property. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm hoping that my buyer decides to take it. But if he doesn't, this is one that's actually listed by my office, so I can come back and do a cool video for y'all. It was amazing. Hawks flying all over. Beautiful land. Looked like a little spring back there. Partially wooded, partially cleared. Super nice. That's what I'm talking about. Stuff's starting to sell fast, y'all. Spring is here, and it's selling real fast. In fact, this same client flew in. We looked at a piece of property that he's had his eye on for a while, and wanted to think it over after we toured it. We toured it yesterday. I called the agent this morning, and it was under contract. And this is one that sat on the market for like 6 months, and I'm seeing them go fast now. Fast, fast, fast. And they're selling a lot faster than they're coming on, unfortunately. So I was listening to a Christian pastor that I like to listen to from Tennessee. His name is Perry Stone. Some of y'all may be familiar with him. He's a prophetic teacher. And he's in a little town in Tennessee, very similar area to what we are here. And he said they have the same thing happening down there. People flying in, buying stuff up left and right. The realtors, he's got some friends, you know, he's lived there for like 30 years. He's got some friends that were maybe longer than that. He actually may have grown up there, now that I think about it. Anyway, he's got some realtor friends who were telling him that it's going off the market as soon as it's going on. And I would think it would be a safe bet that that's happening every place in America like this. Every red state that has this type of land, I would say, is going through the same thing we're seeing here. It is a mass exodus. Don't you listen to what that mainstream media tells you. It is a mass exodus out of these blue states and blue cities. People are fed up. People do not want to raise their families. They do not. And whenever this new world order stuff starts up, whenever these folks are going to try and take all of our stuff away, you know, that's what it says on their website. On the Great Reset website, it says that nobody will own anything and we'll all be happy about it. Yeah, I don't think that's accurate representation of how a lot of Americans are going to feel. At least half of Americans, I don't think, are going to agree with that. I may go so far as to say 3/4. And now they're going for the gun grab. You know, we all knew that was coming. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. The place to live in the coming times, well, the current times to the coming times, is some place that has a constitutional sheriff. Isn't it gorgeous out here? Spring has sprung in the Ozarks. It is beautiful. You can see the grass is turning green. The trees are budding out. I got daffodils up in my yard. It is lovely. Spring is my favorite time of year here. So, because of the craziness that is going on in the real estate world, I just want to share with y'all that I'm going to have to change up the way I do business a little bit. And I'm pretty sad about it. But it just is what it is, because there are so many folks who need help. So, kind of the way I've always done business is, if you call me or you email me or you text me or whatever, and we start chatting and it seems like we're of like mind and we're going to hit things off, and you say, hey, I'm coming to town, could you maybe show me some properties? Even if you're not fully ready to buy, I've always done that. Like, yeah, I'll take you out, I'll show you around, I'll show you a couple of properties, and build that relationship, and then hopefully whenever you are ready to buy, you are a loyal person and you will come back to me. Well, unfortunately, today I think is day 12 or 13 without a break, without a day off. My house is a filthy pigsty. My family's living on fast food. I have shown property almost every day or been on a listing appointment almost every day for the last 12, 13 days, something like that. And I don't have anything under contract because I'm dealing with a lot of folks who aren't really sure yet where they're going to go, if they want to buy here, how they're going to get here, how they're going to make it happen. And unfortunately, I just can't continue to do that. So here's how I'm going to work things in my business going forward. If we chat and we hit it off and you think this is an area you might end up and you would like to start checking out property, I'm going to put you on a search so you can get a live search, not a Zillow, not all that crap, but a live. Like, this is what's on the market right now. And when you sign in the next time, your panel is going to look completely different because everything that's gone under contract drops off. I talked to somebody today who's driving in from Texas. When she left Texas yesterday, she had 16 properties in her portal. Today she has 9 because they went under contract while she was driving. I'm going to set you up with a search. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm going to give you as much attention as I possibly can through email. I'll give you places to stay, all that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to be able to take you out to show you houses until you are ready to buy. You're going to have to be ready, willing, and able to buy. Here's the other thing I'm running into. A lot of y'all don't have a for sure place you want to go. You just know you want to come to the Ozarks, for example. Well, the Ozarks are huge, and I only work one little tiny part of it. So let's say you come here, I spend a weekend with you, 2 8-hour days, 16 hours, driving all over, showing you property. We don't find anything. You get back online and you find something that's 200 miles away. That's too far for me. So you end up buying property with another agent. Yes, I thoroughly enjoyed my time with you, but I am out gas. I am out time. I have other expenses and no way to recoup it. So I strongly encourage you and ask you to please pick one agent as your realtor. Sign an agreement with that agent. If you end up finding a place outside of that agent's territory, that agent can find you another realtor to work with in the location where you want to buy and get a small referral fee to help recoup the cost of gas and time and all of that. I don't really know any agents who, are independently wealthy and don't need to make money. Like, we all have to get paid. I hate to even bring money up, but it's true. And we don't get paid unless we sell something. That's just the way it works, unfortunately. So I am going to have to make that change. I'm sorry. I know it means that, some of you who maybe I would have met, now I won't be able to meet because you may end up coming here, not liking it, and buying somewhere else, and we never even got a chance to get together and shake hands. But for my own sanity and for the well-being of my family, I'm just going to have to change things up a little bit because, like I said, I'm on day, and I haven't looked at the calendar. That's why I keep saying day 12 or 13. I'm actually not sure. I'd have to go back and look at my calendar without having a day off, without taking a break. And I have clients lined up through the end of this week. So, I'm going to be almost at 3 weeks without a day off before this is all said and done. And I'm still helping Randy with his business. And we're having some issues with employees. And so that's going to have to take some of my time too. So I just ask you, I know moving, relocating, making this decision, especially if you are fleeing one area, a blue area for a red area, I know that it's stressful, right? And that you probably have a lot going on. But I do ask that you do, remember that your realtor is not a tour guide, that we actually, are here to facilitate a sale for you, to help you buy or sell something. That's the only way we get paid. So if you just want to come to town and kind of look around, you don't need a realtor to help you with that. You need a tour guide. And there's plenty of tourist info, especially in my area, online. Gosh, it's gorgeous out here today. So I just picked up 2 listings, which I'm not ready to show yet. I don't think either one of them necessarily would be good for those of you who are looking to build a house or something. But one of them is commercial, and I think it's got some real good opportunities. I mean, it is in a prime location. So now I'm heading back to town. I've got a couple of contracts I need to write up. I've got some comps I need to pull for a client. I've got another client coming in tomorrow that I have to get ready to show them properties. I've got the client that I just left, that I just showed this property to. He's going back to talk it over with his family, so we might be writing an offer up on that one. And man, like I said, my house is freaking filthy. This little puppy, this little Duke, man, he's looking up at me like, why are you talking about me? I'm the cutest thing ever. He is the cutest thing ever, and he is messy. And I didn't even make it to church yesterday because I was out showing property. It's been crazy. So I got to try and get my house cleaned up this afternoon if I can carve out some time to do that. And I've got appointments for Jake I need to get arranged, and I need to get to the doctor myself. And I'm going in to have some work done on my neck next week, and that's going to kind of throw things off. And like I said, Randy needs some help with his stuff, and it's just crazy. I desperately need an assistant. And man, it is so hard to find quality help here. So I desperately need an assistant, and Randy desperately needs some laborers. So if you are listening to this, if you stumbled across this video and you're like, we would like to come there, but we need jobs, there's jobs. I got jobs, Randy's got jobs. I saw that Manpower put a notice up on our local Facebook page that they have 30 openings. Some of them are at, we have a couple of manufacturing plants here. They pay $12, $14 an hour or something like that, which doesn't sound like much, but the cost of living is very reasonable here. So if you have 2 people employed, you could do pretty well on that amount of money. Yesterday I managed to get the chicken coop cleaned out. I'm having some trouble with my girls. They're laying fine. They look perfectly healthy. I went over them and the chicken coop yesterday with a fine-tooth comb. There is absolutely nothing wrong with them. No mites, no bugs, no anything. And for some reason, 3 of my 7 have stopped roosting at night. They sleep on the floor of the chicken coop underneath the other chickens, and the other chickens crap all over them. So here's what I think happened. Whenever we had the ice storm and everything, I put 2 heat lamps in there. And they were at the far end of the chicken coop, away from the roost, the opposite end, because the water kept freezing up and nobody in town had a heated chicken waterer. So I had to put the heat lamps in there. Well, our roost is like a T. So the big opening where they all go into the roost is where the alpha hens roost up. And then on the T part that goes across the coop and is closest to where those heat lamps would have been, is where the beta chickens go. So I think it got too hot. We had one night where it was supposed to get down to like 32, but it actually only got down to like 45. And I had 2 heat lamps in there. And I think it got too hot. And now they don't want to go down to that other roost bar because they think they're going to bake all night. And they haven't realized that like the heat lamps are completely out of there. So here I am last night in my PJs, climbing up into the chicken coop to get these 3 hens and try and perch them because, you know, I, like many of you, problem solve off of YouTube videos. And a couple of the chicken ladies that I strongly admire said, you know, if you get them back up there on their roosts, you might have to do it 3 or 4 nights, but eventually they'll figure out, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to go back up there. If there's nothing wrong, like if you don't have a snake or rodent infestation or mites or something like that, that you can retrain them to get back up there. So I am just hoping beyond hope that I have smarter than average chickens and I do not have to climb up. Y'all, I'm 5'10" and like 210 pounds, okay? I'm a chubby girl. And I am so glad there is not video of me in my PJs out there last night climbing up into that chicken coop to get those chickens and try and, actually that probably would go viral. Maybe I should do that. That probably would get me some, I go from 550 of y'all to like 10,000 overnight. Anyway, aside from that, my hens are doing amazing. I got eggs coming out of my ears. I'm giving eggs away. My dad is trying to sell my eggs to his buddies. Like, they're doing amazing. I'm so glad that we did the chickens. Maybe when I get home, I'll see if I can shoot a little. I'm not going to edit this. I've got like 5 hours worth of video at home to upload that I haven't edited, and now I have to edit because YouTube pulled another one of my videos. This one was for my Patreons, so it had a unlisted URL. Like, it was only for the people that I give the URL to, and YouTube found it and pulled it. Because I dared to talk about the shot in the arm. Not allowed to talk about that, man. No sirree, Bob. So yeah, so now I have to edit everything, because y'all know as I'm driving around, I shot a whole bunch of video while I was driving because I'm showing all these properties. You know, I just go off, right? I'm just talking about everything. So now I gotta go back, self-censor, edit my videos. It's very frustrating. I'm not gonna edit this one. I'll see if I can tack some chicken coop stuff onto the end for y'all. So, yeah, that's it. Just work over here. Spring has sprung. I'm so happy about that. And I am excited that even though nobody has found anything, I have got to spend the past like 2 weeks almost meeting a bunch of y'all who've been coming in. It's been a blast. I look forward to meeting more of you. I hope this market opens up and some more things come online, man. I am super concerned about this lack of inventory. Usually in spring, like, the market just blows up and we are not seeing anything, and it is stressing me out. It's like, it's what I told Randy, like, we go into the gun stores and they're cleaned out. Like there's one box of ammo on a shelf that normally has 5,000 boxes. One little lone box, you know, like buckshot or something. And the only guns they have at our favorite gun store are consignments because they can't get anything in. And, you know, here you are. Maybe you've been in business 30 years. You've had a gun store maybe 30 years. You finally get to the point where everybody wants what you have and you can't get any in stock. Like, it just sucks. And that's how it is for realtors right now. You know, like, I don't know if y'all know this, but the average realtor makes $30,000 a year. I think it's $38,000. Okay, that's gross. So you're netting more like 15 if you're lucky. After expenses, brokerage, you know, fees, taxes, all that. Like, they have all these shows like Selling New York and LA and Miami and all that stuff with these, you know, $1 million brokers because it's pretty rare. Like your average agent is not making that kind of money. So here we are at a time where, you know, things are just selling like crazy, and it really doesn't matter if you have the buyer or the seller because you know, it's gonna sell no matter what. I mean, obviously, sorry, I always get nervous at this intersection because I've seen some big accidents here. Obviously, if you have a buyer and you can find a property, you're gonna sell. If you have a listing, you're gonna sell. Like, that's basically the kind of market that we're in. And so here's an opportunity for, you know, normal average realtors to finally make a bunch of money, and there's no inventory. Like, you got nothing. So I'm hoping that changes for everybody's sake. I'm very, very frustrated, and I'm about to write yet another letter to my legislators asking why it is that foreign entities, foreign nations, foreign people who are not U.S. citizens are allowed to buy our country up. You're probably not aware of how much of our country has been bought up by foreigners. It would blow your mind, and I don't think it's right. I don't think that Americans cannot buy a home because there are not enough and foreigners are allowed to buy it up. I think that's wrong. So if y'all think that's wrong, please join me in writing a letter to your congressmen, your senators. Write a letter to your local, your state legislator and tell them to stop allowing that. Randy and I were talking about that yesterday. I was trying to get him to do a video, but he was really tired. We think that's where this is all going. We think the states, the red states, are going to start really fighting hard to take back their power, the power of the states. And we truly hope that happens, because that's about the only thing that can save us right now, I think. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because they'll pull my video. All right, y'all. I'm going to run up here to the Sonic. I'm going to get my little doggy and me some cheese curds. And then I'm going to run home and do all my stuff. And I try and get you all a chicken video. All right. I'll catch you soon. All right. So this is what I was talking about. So here's the coop. Y'all have seen this before if you've been watching for a while. And sounds like I got somebody in there laying eggs. So, okay. You see how I have this bar here that goes across, and then here's the water. See, I had heat lamps hanging from up here, and I think they just got too close. I think they were on this end and they just got too hot. So the alpha chickens, they're the ones that roost first. They get on that bar down there by the open door, and then you can see in the corner the other chickens lay underneath there, and they just crap on them all night. It's crazy. So I don't know what that's all about. Got anybody in here laying eggs? See if we can collect some eggs. There's one. Oh, girls are doing a good job today. So that's 4. So I should have 3 more coming today. I like how this works. Randy did a good job on that. So yeah, so I come out and they all come to see me because they're good chickies. I don't have any food for them right now though. But I've been giving them some meat every day so they have some protein, and they're doing great, except for this not wanting to get on the roost thing. Now you see her picking at herself, so I thought maybe they had mites or something, but I have looked at them all over and they're clean. I've looked at the coop all over, it's clean. But you can imagine how funny it was, right? Me up in there. That's what I'm saying. So I'm up here last night, it's dark. I come out here, I climb up in here, climb over the stuff, grab the chickens up in the front and stick them on this bar. Like, yeah, I really should video that. Yeah. All right, y'all. Our yard is springing up. Everything is getting green. All these daffodils coming up. It's nice. Glad winter's over. Look at that little doggy. Duke. Duke. That's a good boy. He thinks about chasing the chickens and then he gets in big trouble. So we're working on that. We'll work it out. All right, y'all. I'll catch you on the next one.